In 1979, the owner of a local gas station in Pennsylvania went to check the fuel levels in his underground storage tanks. When he pulled the dipstick out, it was hot to the touch. He lowered a thermometer into the tank and discovered the gasoline resting in the dark was sitting at 172 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly at its boiling point. The ground directly beneath his station and the rest of the town was literally on fire. This wasn't the result of a sudden explosion. It was a hidden, creeping inferno that had been secretly burning in the dark for nearly 2 decades. In the early 20th century, Centralia was a prosperous, tight-knit mining community. Over 1,000 residents made their lives here, supported by the rich industry of the anthracite coal seams. But their prosperity rested on a geographic risk. The entire town was built directly atop a massive, hollowed-out labyrinth of abandoned coal mines. The disaster began with a routine decision in May of 1962. Preparing for Memorial Day, the town council authorized a cleanup of the local landfill by intentionally setting the trash on fire in an abandoned strip mine. The local firefighters successfully extinguished the surface flames. They had no way of knowing that the intense heat had already breached a barrier and ignited an exposed vein of coal below the pit. A mundane administrative choice to burn local trash had unwittingly armed a subterranean time bomb that would ultimately erase the town. By the 1970s, the fire had become an unstoppable organism, moving through the deep shadows beneath the town's streets. Anthracite coal is one of the purest, highest carbon deposits on Earth, providing an endless supply of fuel. At the same time, the empty mine tunnels acted as a perfect ventilation system, feeding massive amounts of oxygen to the burning coal. For years, the families on the surface lived their daily lives directly above this growing furnace, trying to ignore the heat rising through their basement floors. Human industry had accidentally built the perfect geological engine for a disaster, combining a massive fuel source with unlimited oxygen. Eventually, the heat became too intense to hide, and terrifying apocalyptic symptoms began breaking through to the surface. Toxic plumes of carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide began seeping upward, filling family basements and backyard gardens with invisible, lethal gases. The visual horrors were undeniable. Green lawns turned gray, winter snow melted on contact, and tree roots were cooking alive until the wood bleached white. With the ground literally steaming around them, the townspeople could no longer deny that the monster beneath them was waking up. The breaking point arrived on Valentine's Day weekend in 1981, centered on a 12-year-old boy named Todd Dumboski. While walking in his grandmother's backyard, the ground suddenly dissolved. A sinkhole 4 feet wide and 150 feet deep opened up directly beneath him. Todd clung to a single tree root as lethal steam billowed up from the abyss. His cousin heard his screams and dragged him to safety just moments before the ledge collapsed further into a fiery death. That near miss shattered the illusion of solid ground. Centralia was no longer an unstable community. It was an active death trap. By 1983, the U.S. Congress officially intervened. Engineering experts confirmed that digging out the fire would cost hundreds of millions of dollars, a feat deemed economically and physically impossible. Instead, the government allocated $42 million to buy out the property and relocate the residents. Homes were demolished block by block, a deliberate effort to prevent the fire from jumping through shared basement walls. In 1992, the state officially condemned the town, claiming the land through eminent domain and permanently revoking the 17927 zip code. The government didn't solve the problem. They simply surrendered the mountain to the unstoppable fire. Today, Centralia is a toxic wilderness. Nature has completely swallowed the empty street grids where a community once stood. A bypassed section of Route 61, known as the Graffiti Highway, remains permanently buckled and torn by the immense subterranean heat. A lone church still stands on the hill, spared only because it was built on solid rock rather than the coal veins that fuel the Inferno. The fire now spans hundreds of acres. Geologists estimate it has enough pure coal fuel to continue burning for another 250 years. Centralia stands as a silent, smoking monument to human hubris. a dark reminder of the fragile boundary between a routine administrative mistake and the unpredictable power of the earth beneath us. Subscribe to explore more of history's dark shadows with us, and tell us in the comments, if you were in the area, would you ever dare walk the steaming streets of Centralia?